Hi Scrapbookers, this is Megan and I am back today with December daily days 21 through 23. So right now I'm working on page 21 or day 21 and I have 4 photos for this day that I wanted to include all of them. So I decided to put the number tag down there at the bottom of that bottom right hand photo. And here I'm thinking, well, I need a place for my journaling, so maybe I should do my journaling on the tag, but then I decide, no, that's probably not going to work. So here I'm going to pull out this photo, and that is of my youngest, and he is laying on some bleachers and pretending to be swimming. So I pull out my American Crafts Slick Writer pen and I start writing on the photo, but I just don't really like the way that looks. So I'm going to stop and I'm going to add a couple of stickers, and these stickers came from Fancy Pants, I think it's Happy Place collection, and I got those from my January Click Kit, I believe. So here is where I decided I'm going to print off my journaling. So I just print it out, and then I'm going to cover up what I had already put on the photo. I'm going to back it on this blue paper, which is one of the constant pattern papers that you will find throughout my layout. So here I'm just cutting it down to fit. And then I'm going to glue down the journaling piece there. And then I believe that is all that I do with this day. And yeah, that's all. Okay, so now we're moving on to day number 22. Now here I have 3 photos that I want to use, and I've already cut them down and put them in the pockets that I want them in. I did have this green tag with the trees on it, and I wanted to make sure that I used it, so I stuck it in the day number 23 slot, just so that I wouldn't lose it. Then I found this other picture that I decided I was going to put in there, so I stuck that one in there, and then here I'm trying to figure out what I want to do down there in that bottom 2x2 pocket. I knew that I needed a spot for my journaling, or not my journaling, my number tag. So I'm thinking that I'm going to maybe cut up one of these pattern papers that I had in my kit that I made for my December daily. But then I remembered that I had this one that was from a Scraptastic kit club, or a Scraptastic paper. I got it as a rack, so I'm not sure what kit it came in. So I'm cutting that down to 4x4 to go in that pocket right underneath my puppy there on the bottom. And I really liked this paper, so I didn't want to waste any of it. So I'm going to cut out like a 3x3 square, maybe a little bit less than that. And I'm going to use that piece as the backing for my number. So I'm cutting that one down to 2x2. And then here I'm looking for a blue piece of paper to do my journaling on. So here I'm just going to glue down that blue paper, and then I'm going to do my journaling on it. I was thinking maybe I would use one of these craft tags for kind of some embellishing, but I decided against it because I do need a little bit more space. So here I pulled out some of these close to my heart flare Christmas badges, and I decided to put it in the middle there. And at this point I had forgotten that I needed to put my number in that pocket. So that's going to come in a little bit. So now I'm just doing my journaling and pretty much just talking about the day. It says, before we went to Mark's work, Mark is my husband, to take photos because we took our family photos that day. I dropped Max at the vet at 7:30 for him to get neutered. Tinian made Santa's sleigh at speech. I got a cute faux Dory in the mail a couple of days earlier. I picked Max up at 3:30 from the vet. He was very tired and slept most of the rest of the day. I don't know what it is, but now that I'm going through and reading the journaling that I wrote, I'm like really not liking my journaling. I don't know what, because it just sounds so like straightforward and to the point and and it just doesn't feel, I don't know, normal. It doesn't feel like me. It just feels like I'm spewing out things. And so I don't know. I think next year I'm probably going to change it up a lot. My first year that I did December Daily, I loved it, and I felt like I did a really good job. And this year I feel like I'm not doing as good of a job. Okay, so now here is where I remembered, oh, I need to put the number in here. So I take off that flare badge, but it rips the paper. So now I'm going to cut out another 2x2 square and just use that. And I'm going to glue the number tag to the paper. And then I'm going to stick it in there. And that is day number 22. For day number, let's see, well, I'm still putting it in there. Day number 23, I had a bunch of photos, so I decided to use 2 pocket pages for that. And I'm going to use the same kind of journaling scheme from the layout before. So I use that red paper as well as the blue paper. And I'm going to do my journaling on the blue paper. So there is like a little bit of continuity, or I don't know what you would call that, throughout the layout. So I am just getting that glued down. I'm trying to figure out how to make it the same as the pocket behind it, because I didn't want the pocket behind it showing. So just measuring it up here and making sure that it works. Then I'm going to glue down this blue piece. And then I'm going to do my journaling. So my journaling just says, Max was still a bit sore and not quite himself, although being in the snow revived him a little bit. So that top picture of our puppy Max, he's not really, well, I mean, he's 1 now, so I don't know, I still call him a puppy. But that's a picture of him laying underneath my youngest son's bed, and he doesn't normally go in the kids' room. And so it was funny that I found him in there. I had been cleaning that morning, and I went in because I was like, wait, where's Max? And he was in there, and I thought that was just so cute. But then the photo to the right, the left, the top left photo, the 2x2, is a picture of him in the snow, and that is more like how he acts. He's not a quiet dog at all. He is definitely very playful and very fun-loving, and so it was nice to see him go outside and run around in the snow and have him back to kind of his normal self. Then later on that day, I took my kids and a friend's kids to a place called the Auditorium in our town, and we had never been there, but my kids had been wanting to go there for a while. So finally I broke down and I took them. And so most of the rest of the photos are from us at this auditorium. They had a lot of fun, and so did I. Well, it was kind of boring because they just kind of ran around the whole time. So I actually colored a picture, the Christmas tree picture that is on the other pocket spread that I made. That is a picture that I colored because I was so bored. Okay, so here I'm trying to figure out which pocket or which pattern paper I want to use as my journaling pocket, or the pocket that will hold the tag. Sorry. It's been a long morning. So here I'm just cutting up this arrow one, and I'm going to glue down the number 23 tag onto this paper, but first I'm going to back it with this blue paper, and then that is going to be it for this layout. I, again, have kept it really, really simple. I just want to get this layout or this album done, so I'm just trying to keep it very simple. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I will be back tomorrow with another one. Thanks for watching. Bye.